Two judges from Clark County shot at a White Castle are recovering what police are searching for now that they say could solve the case. Plus, coming together to remember baby Amaya, how people are creating a lasting tribute to her.
And all eyes on the radar this morning as we're tracking showers for your Saturday, a big day for outdoor events. We'll break down the timeline coming up in your forecast.
This is 13 Eyewitness News, Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunrise. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. I mean, it's a huge weekend, our first weekend in May. We're excited. Can you tell?
Yes.
Yes.
The energy is just radiating, not only out of the studio, but we have a huge crew of folks working with us behind the scenes today. The production room is full. Down around the mini marathon route, full of crew. So we are super excited to bring that coverage to you as we go through the next several hours.
Fireworks. All right, Lindsay, I know everyone wants to hear from you about what's in store for weather.
That's right. So weather, a huge story today because we do have rain that's starting to move into the western side of the state now. Just scattered showers as we speak. It does drape its way along the I-70 corridor from Terre Haute over to, well, portions of Hendricks County now. Just going to be some light showers, and we've been watching within some of this just to make sure that there's no lightning. There certainly has not been any recorded over the past several hours. There was a little bit of lightning activity just to the west of St. Louis earlier this morning, but as you can see, the showers are certainly widespread, now moving into portions of eastern Illinois. This is going to be the trend as we go through the next several hours. So while we're mainly dry right now, we will continue to see the rain moving back in. So a chance of showers as temperatures hold steady in the mid-50s through the course of the mini marathon. A chance of showers moves in mainly after 8 a.m. Here's that timeline as we pause. Here's 8 o'clock in the morning. The widespread rain begins to move in, and it's going to be likely through 10 o'clock and even through noon today. Rain gear ready this morning. We'll talk about the dry hours we have in store for the weekend coming up in that full forecast. Alyssa.
Lindsay, thank you so much. We're also following some breaking news this morning out of Marion County. Just after midnight, a woman was killed and hit on I-65 in the southbound lanes. Right now, police haven't shared any information on what happened, how this happened, or what led to the person being hit on the interstate. But investigators do believe she was walking or running in the left lane of I-65 when she was hit. The victim's name has not been released just yet. Of course, we'll stay on top of this story and bring you updates right here on Sunrise. Also breaking this morning, police are investigating a crash that happened after a police chase over on the east side. Check out this video. It happened just after 3:30 this morning on I-70 over on the eastbound side near Mount Comfort Road. We're still working to get more information on exactly what happened here. Of course, we'll pass along any new details as we get them in. Police need your help this morning as they search for this SUV highlighted here and the two people inside it. Investigators say they're suspects in the shooting of two judges from Clark County. In this surveillance video, you can actually see the judges standing outside the White Castle. This is the one near Lucas Oil Stadium when the suspects pull up. The victims say they were shot after an argument broke out. A spokesperson tells us that both judges, Andrew Adams and Bradley Jacobs, had surgery this week and are slowly recovering. Adams is now walking with some help. To Zionsville now, police say they have now traced the gun they found near the scene of a deadly shooting. They believe the handgun belongs to James Hughes, but they aren't saying if he's a suspect in the case. Officers already arrested David Machino for allegedly buying the gun for Hughes last summer. Hughes is now charged with providing a firearm to an ineligible person. But it's still unclear if that gun was used to kill 23-year-old Samuel Bennett, who was shot last Sunday morning while jogging on a popular trail. A private funeral is planned for today. After a tragic loss, the family of a little 2-year-old boy who died after his mom tried to drive through a flooded road is still coping. Antoinette Carter says she didn't see the sign warning of the high water there on the road in Wabash County Thursday afternoon.
But the car just went down instantly, and I didn't know what to do, and I started panicking. The water just started filling up the car so fast, and I didn't know what to do, and the only window that was down was mine, so I had to, climb out through it, and I tried to go around and try to open this door, try to break the door, and try to break the window open, and try to open the door, and tried everything I could to get him out.
Carter says the water carried her car out of reach with their son still trapped inside. All she could do was hold on to a branch, screaming for help. Someone passing by heard her cries and called for help, but it was too late to save her son. A community is coming together to remember baby Amaya, who's been missing for nearly 2 months now. People are now honoring her life and hoping to make the community stronger to help prevent something like this from happening in the future. They spent time planting flowers to remember Amaya and to symbolize that they won't give up looking for answers. Coming up at 6:30, our Anna Carrera will show us more from this vigil and let us know where this case stands right now. The services for former Senator Richard Lugar will take place on Wednesday, May 15th. You may remember he passed away last Sunday. It starts at 1 p.m. at St. Luke's United Methodist Church here in Indianapolis. The senator was a founding member of that church. Lugar will lie in state at the Capitol Rotunda for 24 hours before the service. The family asked that any donations be made to the Lugar Center. Jason Seaman, the teacher who stopped the Noblesville shooting, is receiving another honor for his actions. Jason Seaman won a 7-day cruise for two as part of the Norwegian Cruise Line's Giving Joy contest. He won because of many of you. You voted for him. The school is also entered for a chance to win up to $25,000. Now, check this out. This is sure to make you smile this morning. Look at these little ones. Students in Johnson County are trying to inspire and encourage their classmates. This is what they're doing. Check this out. The 7th graders at Indian Creek Middle School in Trafalgar painted these beautiful, colorful messages. They say things like, keep your head up, girls can do anything, and be your own beautiful. What a wonderful idea. They're so talented, those little ones. And how about that for a ray of sunshine this morning? Speaking of sunshine, we need the rain to move out of central Indiana and the sun to come out for our runners and walkers participating in the One America 500 Festival Mini Marathon. And it's time for the Indy Mini. So let's check in with Scott and Ann at the start line. Our sunshine this morning.
I love it.
Well, good morning, Alyssa. No rays of sunshine here, except for those, of course, in our hearts and our minds. Our excitement for the Indianapolis Mini Marathon this morning.
Yeah, the greatest spectacle in running is just about an hour or so away from getting going. We're excited because it's not raining right now. It's cool out. People here are at the start line putting up their signs, getting ready, and we know there are runners at home getting ready to come down because this is such a huge day for them and a huge day for our city.
Well, it is. We're expecting about 40,000 people downtown to be either participating in the event or to be fans and supporters and volunteers, and so it's going to be a very busy day. It's pretty quiet right now. We've been down here for a couple hours already this morning, but our coverage is going to continue live through 10 o'clock this morning. We're going to show you all the waves of the race. Also, we're going to be covering the 5K race, and we're going to be on until 10 o'clock and bring you all the action. We expect, based on what Lindsay's forecast was, that once we leave this location and go over to the finish line, we're going to be having some umbrellas.
That's okay.
Put to good use.
We got the ponchos, we got the umbrellas, because we're going to
roll.
be seeing these people accomplish what they have been training for months, and so we're so excited to share those stories this morning. So we've got some great coverage for you all morning long.
That's right. Well, it's still dry here, so we're celebrating that. Alyssa, we'll send it back to you, and we look forward to talking with you throughout the morning as we bring you live coverage of this event that really is a hallmark event for our city.
Oh, it's so exciting. Great to see you. Looking great this morning, you two sunshines. Thank you so much. All right, Lindsay, are we going to see the sun at all today?
Not much, you know,
Not much.
but I did talk to some runners. As a non-runner, it was important to get that insight. What kind of weather do you like? And they like cloudy weather, consistent temperatures, a light wind, and maybe just a light drizzle. So this rain moving in might not be the absolute worst thing. We're prepared for it. Here's the updated timeline. Looks like Indianapolis Metro just after 8 a.m. around 8:19 is that time that we are targeting now. We will continue to track these showers through the course of your Saturday and talk about when the dry weather returns as well, planning your weekend coming up.
Now that Attorney General William Barr skipped his hearing, he could face some serious actions. What he needs to not face any more trouble. Plus, terrifying moments as a plane slides off the runway into a river. What officials are saying happened that sent 21 people to the hospital.
This moment of serenity brought to you by Lawn Pride. Why not make it last? Save $50 now with Indiana's locally owned, locally grown lawn care professionals. Take pride. Lawn Pride.
We all love a clean house, but if your current cleaner seems to be cutting corners, call MaidPro.
We have a quality assurance guarantee. If you're not pleased, we'll re-clean the next day, free.
Our MaidPro rates start as low as $74.
Call us now for your free estimate.
Uneven concrete on your driveway, pool deck, patio, or walkway is unsightly and dangerous. Polyurethane injection from Indiana Foundation Service is an easy, affordable solution. Call Indiana Foundation Service today. Owned and operated by professional engineers, our team gets it right the first time and has provided permanent solutions to over 70,000 homeowners. Every job we do starts with a free estimate and comes with a transferable long-term warranty.
That's the Indiana Foundation promise.
The 2019 CR-V from America's best SUV brand and your Central Indiana Honda dealers.
You make financial decisions every day. The companies of One America offer life insurance, retirement, and employee benefits products that help individuals, families, and businesses prepare for their financial well-being. Being mutual means we focus on our customers, not Wall Street and stockholders. This allows us to maintain long-term financial strength and dedication to our customers, delivering on our promises when customers need us most. To learn more, visit us online.
Beat the heat this summer. Keep cool with Bryant. Get a high-efficiency air conditioning system with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Go to homeservicesindiana.com to find your local Bryant factory-authorized dealer today. Bryant, whatever it takes.
This is the Durabit of the all-new Chevy Silverado.
That is huge.
It offers a built-in 120-volt outlet. Wow. Plug that in for me.
Oh, holy smoke.
And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Oh, wow. There's something for all of us.
It's time to upgrade.
Get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado, or get a total value of over $9,000 when you finance with GM Financial.
Visit ChooseYourChevy.com.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by ChooseYourChevy.com.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Sunrise. Your time right now is 6:12. And late last night, a plane carrying nearly 150 people on board went off of the runway and into the St. Johns River near the Jacksonville airport. Police say everyone on board the plane is alive and accounted for. But this wasn't a commercial flight. The FAA reports the flight was contracted by the Department of Defense. They say it took off from Gitmo, destined for Jacksonville. The FAA says 21 people were taken to the hospital. 2 people suffered minor injuries. We're learning this morning that actor Vince Vaughn has been convicted of reckless driving. This comes after his arrest for failing a drunk driving test last year. His attorney entered a no contest plea to the misdemeanor court Friday in Los Angeles Superior Court. Vaughn was arrested June 10th at a sobriety checkpoint. Police say he repeatedly refused to get out of his car and then failed a field sobriety test and a blood alcohol test. Vaughn was sentenced to 3 years of unsupervised probation in order to complete a 3-month alcohol program. The House Judiciary Committee is now threatening Attorney General William Barr with serious punishment. This came down after Barr refused to show up for testimony. They say if he doesn't get them the full unredacted copy of Robert Mueller's report and some underlying materials, he will be held in contempt of Congress. That threat comes on the same day we learned President Trump spoke with Russia's President Vladimir Putin about the Mueller report.
He said something to the effect that it started off as a mountain and it ended up being a mouse. But he knew that because he knew there was no collusion.
Did you ask him not to meddle in the next election?
We didn't discuss that.
There has also been talk about Robert Mueller appearing before Congress to testify. No word yet on whether they've reached an agreement for that appearance. Metro Police have a new recruit, but he walks on 4 legs. Thanks to a donation from a local security company, they now have a new K-9 officer. Sonatrol presented IMPD with their newest member, and they're naming him after the company. IMPD says Sonatrol will track suspects, detect explosives and drugs before he can start fighting crime here in the city. He'll need to train, though. He'll join his handler and 3 other K-9s at IMPD's K-9 school.
He'll be going through the school, learning obedience, learning how to track, learning how to, get in and out of the car, how to set. As we've seen him, he's a young puppy. He's only, I believe, he said 16 months old, so he's young, so we have a lot of work to do.
Sonatrol and his partner start training Monday. 6:14 on your Saturday morning. Are you feeling a little sleepy this morning? Well, get energized. It's mini marathon morning, and Carlos is here to help get us moving and grooving today. How's it going, Carlos?
I just saw a runner, and he walked by me. He goes, "Hey, Carlos." I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And he goes, "Outstanding." And I'm like, "You're a little too awake for as early as it is in the morning on a Saturday." We're here under the JW Marriott, under the Borg Warner Trophy, if you will, and I have found a great group of runners here. We have Melissa and Lathan here. Wait, Lathan, how old are you?
10.
10 years old, and he is running, not the mini, but the 5K, correct?
Correct.
Now, who's more nervous? Because you guys are running together. Who's more nervous?
I'm more nervous.
Probably me, but.
Now, so you've lived in Speedway all your life? And
all of our lives.
This is your first time competing?
Yes.
Well, why is it you had to actually give something up to compete in the 5K? What was that?
I gave up a work day.
A work day, and also a habit as well. What have you not done for the last 6 months?
I haven't smoked in 6 months.
That is amazing. That's a great thing. Now, is it kind of a bonding experience between you and Lathan here, as far as the run together?
Yes, because he's asked me to stop smoking and participate in running with him. So
that is
I'm going to give it my all.
That is amazing. Who's gonna win this race between you two?
Well, it's really not a race. It's for everyone to take the time, and it's all about working together in this.
Man, Lathan, you just take this and you broadcast the rest of the day because you're better than I am at this. All right, you guys are awesome. Congratulations on your accomplishment and good luck during the race, okay?
Thank you.
All right. So, Lindsay, it has started, and Alyssa as well. Guys, it has started to kind of come down. The mist is turning into rain right now, so it's getting a little bit kind of messy out here right now, guys.
Put your hood up.
Yep. We knew it was going to rain, so just a little sprinkles. Thanks for that ground confirmation, though. We have crews all along the route. They're going to keep us posted. Anne Marie said it was still dry where she was. The sprinkles are starting to fall where Carlos is, so that's kind of how the morning's going to go.
I love that everyone's getting in the mood. I mean, this is May, and I was actually at an elementary school yesterday in Greenwood at Pleasant Grove Elementary School, and they're learning all about the Indy 500.
So important to start them young.
So important. And because I was new to Indiana, this is only my second May, they invited me so I could learn along with these little ones.
I love that.
So I got to read I is for Indy to them. Great wealth of information, fantastic teaching tool here, A through Z, learning all kinds of things. So
that's one of my all-time favorite books.
Take me to IMS since I know. Oh, let me show you guys.
Oh, there we go.
It's A through Z. So
words by Mike King, illustrations by John Rogers. Love it.
So take me to the pagoda right now, Lindsay.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we actually
IMS?
have a live picture, so we'll go from the illustration to the live shot of what it looks like at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on this brisk Saturday morning. We're going to see thousands of people running around that oval. It's going to be an amazing day out there at the Motor Speedway. A little wet, a little damp, but we're prepared for it. We've been kind of calling for this rain over the past several days now, so many folks coming into Indianapolis from out of town, hopefully wearing the ponchos and just kind of prepared for a little bit of a saturated start to the day. Right now, we're tracking on Live Doppler 13 radar those first few raindrops that are now working their way into the western side of the state. You'll notice this from Greencastle moving on into Hendricks County now. Very light rain as we get the day started, but more widespread showers, even some pockets of some heavier downpours just across the border there in central Illinois. This is all working its way in our direction, so I wanted to put a timeline on the leading edge of the widespread rain. Also important to note, because this would be a deal breaker, if there was any lightning embedded within this cluster of rain, that would certainly postpone our activities this morning. So we are keeping a very close eye on that. Good news is we have not seen any lightning strikes. So the timeline updated here for the Indianapolis Metro puts the widespread wall of rain moving in at between 8:20 and 8:30. So we still have several hours before the heaviest of the rainfall does arrive. So we'll call for a chance of showers moving in over the next hour by 7 a.m. as that 5K begins. Temperatures hold steady in the mid-50s. Rain moves in between that 8 and 9 o'clock hour and then becomes fairly widespread. Temperatures still in the mid-50s through 11 o'clock this morning. Rain showers likely with that light northeast breeze. In addition to the mini marathon, we have a lot of commencements going on throughout central Indiana. I want to take you up to the campus of Ball State University. This is an outdoor ceremony at this point, scheduled for 8 o'clock this morning. Looks like we will have a few dry hours over in Muncie until about 10 a.m. and then everything becomes a little saturated. Temperatures will warm back up through the 50s this afternoon through central Indiana, but rain gear going to be needed through the course of the day. So here's that latest timeline on Future Track 13 as we pause, getting into the 8 o'clock hour. Notice that heavy rain moves into the western side of the state, becomes more widespread. This is going to linger through noon, but as it does push to the east, going to become a little lighter in nature. So we're not talking a heavy rainfall by any means, especially through the afternoon as this starts to push out by 5 p.m. And then we're in for some dry time between about 5 and 10 o'clock. That rain moves out. So it does look like if you have plans to head to the Motor Speedway this evening for the big Rev event, might see a few stray showers as that event gets underway. Temperatures near 60 this afternoon as the sky continues to clear out. And that will be the trend as we get into our Sunday. Starting in the 40s, rebounding back near 70, but with a lot more sunshine for the second half of the weekend. We'll go 76 and dry again on Monday. Alyssa planning ahead for another saturated week. Rain likely Tuesday through next Friday.
Lindsay, thank you so much. 6:20 on your Saturday morning. The happiest day of their lives takes just a horrifying turn, and it was all caught on camera as the doctor drops their baby. The question this family has for their doctor after this viral video. Plus, for graduating seniors, the timing could not be any better. Why the job market is doing better than ever. We'll share that next.
200,000 plus race fans can't have Wi-Fi without an electrician. Become a skilled electrician through the IBEW 481. Apply today for a career that includes healthcare, benefits, with potential to make six figures.
It's amazing to walk into a building and be like, I put up all those lights, or I did all this for this building, and it's gratification on my end for a job well done.
Learn more at IBEW481.org. Proud to power race fans in the stands.
The 2019 CR-V from America's best SUV brand and your Central Indiana Honda dealers.
Kerman's made everything so easy from start to finish. Respectful, responsive, and on time. It's all the little things they did to go out of their way to help. Kerman's made me feel appreciated, like a VIP. When I had questions or needed to make a change, I always got a response right away. At Kerman's, I knew I didn't have to worry, and I loved that.
Come in and find out why more homes in Central Indiana have floors covered by Kerman's than any other. Rediscover the Kerman's advantage.
Spring is here, the lakes are full, and the rivers are flowing. Come to Rusty Moon for our annual kayak sale this weekend and save up to 20% on kayaks and stand-up paddleboards. Visit us in Broad Ripple just off the Monon Trail. Oh yeah, and bring your dogs too.
New Kids on the Block, live, the Mixtape Tour. An incredible night of your mixtape favorites with Salt and Peppa, Tiffany, Debbie Gibson, and Naughty by Nature. May 5th, Bankers Live Fieldhouse. Reserve seat tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and NKOTV.com. New Kids on the Block.
Blackburn and Green has been serving you locally in Indiana for almost 30 years. Call Blackburn and Green for a free personal meeting with your local hometown attorney. Experienced, aggressive, and tough. Blackburn and Green, attorneys for injured people, committed to be the best.
Out of here, Clyde.
But I thought you were golf.
Used to be your game.
Get back to living with the help of partial and total joint replacement surgery from the Franciscan Center for Hip and Knee Surgery, one of the world's leading joint replacement centers. The Center for Hip and Knee Surgery uses the most advanced techniques and 30 years of research to restore your function and mobility, bringing back the active you that made you, you. Franciscan Health. Inspiring health.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Franciscan Health.
Good morning. To some good news, employers have added 263,000 jobs just in the last month. That's jobs added for a record 103 straight months now. The unemployment rate is at a 49-year low. And for graduating seniors, the timing just couldn't be better. They're entering the job market with the lowest unemployment rate since 1969, and wages are now rising. Stephen Rossi is graduating from American University with a business degree and will soon start at IBM, making his last year easier.
I've known since late October, and it made my senior year totally stress-free.
Because you knew you had something lined up?
Absolutely.
The question is, how long will it last? Many economists no longer see a recession this year, but also wonder if the effects from last year's tax cuts will soon start to wear off. A happy day takes just a horrifying turn, and it was all caught on camera. A father was recording the birth of his twins when the doctor dropped one of them on her head. We do want to warn you, this may be a little disturbing for some of you to watch. So the baby's dad, Derek Rogers, posted this video on Facebook back in February. Baby Morgan right there, falls from the doctor's hands and lands on her head right on the table. The Rogers are worried about their daughter's health, and they claim the doctor never apologized or acknowledged for what happened.
I told him, I said, you dropped my daughter, and his initial reaction was nothing at first until I said, I have the video. And he asked me to see the video. And when I showed him the video, he was speechless.
I just wanted people to know what happened to my baby.
The Arizona hospital issued a statement saying they're not commenting on the incident, but are working to review what happened.
Are you serious?
Yes.
This keeps happening to me. I'm a big deal, Terry. People know who I am.
Yes, they do. Kelly Clarkson got rave reviews for her hosting of the Billboard Music Awards, but we're learning she was in pain the entire time. So here's what happened afterwards. She flew home right after her show and had her appendix removed. The 37-year-old tweeted, "Not gonna lie, I may or may not have broken down in tears after the show from pain, but thanks to all the amazing people at Cedars-Sinai, I flew home directly after the event, nailed the surgery early this morning, and feeling awesome now. Bye-bye appendix. Hashtag the show must go on," and that it does. The moment you've all been training for is finally here. We are just about an hour away from the start of the mini marathon, and we're keeping a close eye on the weather out there as runners and walkers get ready for takeoff.
Refresh your space this spring and get 24-month 0% APR on gorgeous Shaw floors until May 31st. Celebrate spring with Shaw floors from Tisch Flooring. Get 24-month 0% APR and up to $1,000 off. Tisch Flooring. We bring the samples to you.
I take great pride in my lawn. My Hustler mower gives me the perfectly manicured cut I want, with the power, strength, and speed of a professional zero turn. I quickly maneuver around obstacles with ease, allowing me to maneuver around life's most difficult obstacle. Time. Hustler Turf. Made for what matters.
Visit Howard's Lawn and Garden in Lebanon or the Mower Shop in Fishers to purchase your Hustler mower.
I'm Gary Dick. We will have economic development news, plus the Indiana Chamber's Kevin Brinegar on the 2019 session of the Indiana General Assembly, and a transition at the top at Old National Bank. Those stories and a lot more coming up Sunday morning at 11.
I'm a migraine sufferer, and I'm an EMT. When I get a migraine at work, it's debilitating. If I call out with a migraine, that's one less ambulance to serve a community. I just don't want to let these people down.
Excedrin Migraine, relief that works as hard as you do.
For the first time in forever, I feel like us. I feel like we're back to that place where we know what each other's thinking and feeling.
You know, sometimes I think we don't have enough insurance. And then I think maybe we have too much.
This is no moment for insurance. Let us help you think about it. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Beat the heat this summer. Keep your family cool with Bryant. Get a high-efficiency air conditioning system with monthly payments as low as $78. Go to HomeServicesIndiana.com to find your local Bryant factory authorized dealer today. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hi, Pat Sullivan here. Outdoor chefs rely on Sullivan Hardware and Garden as their backyard barbecue headquarters. See our Weber and Broil King grills along with the Big Green Egg and all the accessories you'll need. And have you seen our patio furniture? We specialize in excellent quality mid-price patio furniture like all-weather wicker, Berlin Garden poly, cast aluminum, and teak. On most sets, custom cushions are available at no extra charge. Now, during our sale, save 30% on all furniture at Sullivan Hardware and Garden.
Spring is here, the lakes are full, and the rivers are flowing. Come to Rusty Moon for our annual kayak sale this weekend and save up to 20% on kayaks and stand-up paddleboards. Visit us in Broad Ripple just off the Monon Trail. Oh yeah, and bring your dogs too.
Refresh your space this spring with savings up to $1,000 on select Shaw floors until May 31st. Celebrate spring with new floors from Tisch Flooring. Save up to $1,000 and get 24-month 0% APR. Tisch Flooring, we bring the samples to you.
This is 13 Eyewitness News, Sunrise.
6:30 on your Saturday morning. A live look right now at the Motor Speedway as we count down to the start of the One America 500 Festival Mini Marathon. We'll check in with Carlos in just a minute. He's down there with the runners and walkers, stretching, warming up. Here with meteorologist Lindsay Monroe now. And Lindsay, I know that we've been preparing people for this rain, but I think a lot of people are going to be happy with what you have for them today.
I don't think it's too bad. You know, it's not going to be a deal breaker. We have thunderstorms in the area. We would certainly be looking at some postponements, potentially a cancellation. I don't think that's going to be the case this morning. So some good old-fashioned rain showers, which, you know, give or take the kind of weather you like to run, it might not be so bad.
Just some soggy sneakers.
Right,
That's it.
exactly that. We call this the Poncho Patrol. We have crews all throughout the downtown Indianapolis metro along that race pathway, so we're going to get updates, and good thing they're all on Twitter early this morning because we're getting those live updates. Anne Marie does say, well, and it's now raining where they are, and I'm not shocked by that. Now it's just relatively light rain moving in now. You'll notice that's pretty scattered as we have those showers pushing in to the Indianapolis metro. That extends all the way up to Noblesville, but look at this wall of rain that's back to our west. It is now crossing over the Illinois-Indiana border, so wanted to put a timeline on the leading edge of the widespread, more steady rain. Still looks like it's on track to hit the Indianapolis area just after 8 o'clock this morning, around 8:16. So that does get all of the waves of the mini marathon at least onto the course before that more widespread heavy rain starts to fall. You'll notice this rain extends all the way throughout central and southern Illinois. So once it moves in, it's going to be pretty likely through the morning and really through the remainder of the afternoon. So here's the forecast over the next several hours. Temperatures hold steady in the mid-50s, which I was told runners actually like the consistent temperature from start to finish. So maybe not a bad forecast. A light breeze out of the northeast with those steady showers becoming likely after about 8 a.m. We will track this rain as it exits central Indiana. Let's talk about some drier weather and more sunshine for the second half of the weekend. Coming up in your full forecast.
Looking forward to that, Lindsay. Thank you so much. At 6:32, we're also keeping an eye on some breaking news for you this morning out of Marion County. Just after midnight, a woman was hit and killed on I-65 in the southbound lanes. Right now, police haven't shared any information on exactly what happened or what led to the person being hit on the interstate or being there to begin with, but investigators do believe she was walking or running in the left lane of I-65 when she was hit. The victim's name has not been released just yet. We'll stay on top of this breaking story and bring you updates right here on Sunrise. People around Indianapolis are spending this weekend remembering baby Amaya. She's been missing now for nearly 2 months. Anna is here in studio with how they want to honor her life and just help others in the future, Anna.
Yeah, Alyssa, some people actually planted flowers around a tree to show they won't forget about baby Amaya. And take a look at the work they were doing yesterday. The flowers and crosses are across the street from the last place the 8-month-old was seen alive. These people may not have known her personally, but everyone there says they've been touched by this crime.
It's heartbreaking. You know, there's so many people involved in this and so many different stories told. We just want to know where she's at.
Because I have a 9-month-old son who's just 2 days older than Amaya, and I feel for her. It hits close for home every time I look at him, you know.
And police searched and dug around little Amaya's babysitter's home across the street earlier this week. That did not turn up any answers, and now the ex-boyfriend of missing baby Amaya's mother is out on bond. Robert Lyons was arrested Tuesday in Warren County for forgery out of Marion County. Police say Lyons is a suspect in Amaya's disappearance. He'll be back in court later this month. As for the people we talked with last night, they say they are not giving up hope. They also want to push for more legislation to make it a crime to delay reporting a missing child. Of course, police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. Alyssa.
Anna, thank you so much. A Metro police officer is facing some trouble. He's accused of battery for allegedly spanking his own child. Officer Derek Etheridge is now on administrative leave. He'll be in court Monday for his initial hearing. According to some court documents, the incident happened 3 weeks ago when his children were visiting. He's accused of spanking his daughter so hard she had several dark bruises. It allegedly happened several times. This wasn't just a one-time thing, they're saying. The Hancock County prosecutor says that crosses the line of parental rights.
We're certainly sensitive to the idea that, of parental discipline, and we don't want to intrude all the time. And you can see that there was not one incident or two incidents. We kind of went back multiple times. And then the nature of the injuries that we believe we would be able to prove at trial.
If convicted, Etheridge could face prison time, and under Indiana law, he would no longer be able to serve as a police officer. The city of Carmel held its annual Holocaust Remembrance Ceremony Friday. The featured speaker was Esther Davidson, who was born in Poland in 1941. Her parents left her with an elderly Polish woman and successfully escaped the Nazis. After the war, she spent 3.5 years in a Red Cross displacement center until she was allowed to immigrate to this country.
Here it doesn't matter what your gender is, what your religion is, what your color is. You're guaranteed an education. Here you're allowed to dream, and your dreams do come true. God bless America.
6 candles were also lit in memory of the light of 6 million people extinguished during the Holocaust. Indy 500 winner Dan Wheldon was killed during a race in Las Vegas nearly 8 years ago. And this weekend, friends, family, and IndyCar drivers will honor his memory. The Dan Wheldon Memorial Pro-Am Karting Challenge is Sunday at the Newcastle Motorsports Park. So Wheldon's wife has organized this event for 4 years now, which brings drivers and fans together to honor Dan and to raise money for worthy causes.
It's just a really great day of racing, and it's fun because the drivers are super accessible and it's a little bit more relaxed, although the drivers are super competitive still. Everybody wants to win, but it's just really great for them to kind of be out there and have an environment where they can be with other drivers.
The Dan Wheldon Memorial Pro-Am Karting Challenge is tomorrow at Newcastle Motorsports Park. It's free and open to the public. Gates open there at 9 a.m. A man caught on camera breaking into a Greenwood home will be in court next week. 18-year-old Justin Allen is accused of stealing the victim's car, along with several other things, like an urn containing his father's ashes. Allen was caught shortly after the crime because some of the victim's stolen credit cards were used at a nearby store. That's when police found the victim's car with this TV hanging out of the trunk. We talked to the victim Friday, who says he was able to get that back, some of the things that were stolen also, but his father's urn was damaged. Allen has been charged with burglary, auto theft, and fraud. If convicted, he faces up to 12 years in prison. INDOT is looking at safety upgrades to a busy crosswalk in Columbus. A crosswalk some users say is just hazardous and risky altogether. The crosswalk is at State Road 46 in front of the Bartholomew County Jail. Jail employees and people doing business at the jail and police departments have to use the crosswalk, which crosses 3 lanes of traffic. There are signs and a painted walkway, but that's it. The sheriff says there have been more than 30 crashes there in the last decade.
Now I gotta go across again to get over to the police station.
To make you a little nervous with all this traffic?
I'm not really nervous. It's just sometimes you gotta wait quite a long time because people don't like to stop.
A so-called Hawk Light system is an option INDOT is considering for the crossing. If all approvals are given, the system could be in place in front of the Bartholomew County Jail by the end of the year. A Fishers woman is a little more famous this morning after she appeared on last night's episode of Wheel of Fortune.
Tanya.
Riding a boogie board.
That's it, yes. Tanya
there she is. You go, girl. This is Tanya. She started off very strong, winning the toss-up round at the beginning of the show. She's married, the mother of 8, and also back in school, saying you're never too young to learn. She didn't make it to the final round, but boy, did she do an awesome job walking away with $1,000. Your time right now is 6:38. Let's switch gears to the main event today. Of course, we're talking about the One America 500 Festival Mini Marathon. Let's go live to Carlos Diaz. And Carlos, can you confirm there's a 100% chance it's already raining there?
Yeah, it is raining a little bit. It is. The rain's kind of coming down. I am not in a sea of pink. I'm in a sea of coral. That is the actual color that we have here. This is Team Schwenk here. They've made a 2-hour drive, and this is the leader, Team Schwenk. Mrs. Schwenk, you're a phys ed teacher, correct?
Yes, I am. I've taught at Riddle Elementary for 40 years.
40 years. How long did you guys drive to make this journey here?
We all got on the bus at 4 o'clock this morning.
Wow, so a 2-hour drive, and how many people did you bring down?
I brought down 70 students and probably 40 adults to be chaperones to make sure we all finish together.
I love that. And look at the back of the shirt. Can we show the back of your shirt? It says Team Schwenk right there. So what are you trying to accomplish by having this run happen?
Well, the kids thought it'd be really fun to try it, and I think that it's a really good way to keep them in fit and in shape and just keep them active. That's what all I would like to do.
Okay, so I got a question. Who's going to finish in first place here? Who's finishing? Okay, no, you. Okay, there we go. No, I don't know. I can't. Well, you know what? You are an inspiration to so many people out there. I so much appreciate it. And the parents in the back, guys, they're having a good time as well. I'm surrounded by Coral! Coral! All right, so the mini marathon starts in a matter of moments. The 5K is going to start first. We've got complete coverage right here all morning long on Channel 13. Let's head back to a very dry studio. Alyssa, you're drier than I am out here. That's all I gotta say.
100% chance I am drier, Carlos. Yes. Did any of them challenge you to a race yet? A warm-up race?
You know what? Who wants to race me? Anybody want to race me? Okay. Let's go.
Get the blood flowing. Get him. Catch up. Looking good there. All right, Lindsay, we see the pavement wet there already. We knew it was going to happen, but hopefully it's cooling and refreshing for everyone.
Here's what I love, and not putting a damper on any of their moods. In fact, they look really pumped up for it, really excited. The showers are moving in now, but the steadiest rain still set to move into the Indianapolis metro and to areas south. Starting at around 8 a.m. So we have the latest timeline. The weather model's just updated for us. We'll break that down for you and talk about when the forecast improves and the sun comes back. That's coming up in your full outlook.
We really need to hear that, Lindsay. Yeah. All right, I'm listening. Well, the next time you log on to Facebook, there could be yet another change. This time it involves the way you pay, what you could soon be using on the popular site. Next.
No pain, no gain, baby. Come on, let's go. Let's do this.
Come on, man. Grip it and rip it.
It's just 2 more miles. Come on.
Hey, we're almost at the top.
Sue, is it your wrist again?
It's okay to push yourself, but sometimes we go too far. And when that happens, the orthopedic experts at Franciscan Health are here for you. From sprains and tears to fractures and dislocations, we can get you back in the game.
Hey, look who's back.
Franciscan Health. Inspiring health.
Refresh your space this spring and get 24-month 0% APR on gorgeous Shaw floors until May 31st. Celebrate spring with Shaw floors from Tisch Flooring. Get 24-month 0% APR and up to $1,000 off. Tisch Flooring. We bring the samples to you.
Spring is here, the lakes are full, and the rivers are flowing. Come to Rusty Moon for our annual kayak sale this weekend and save up to 20% on kayaks and stand-up paddleboards. Visit us in Broad Ripple just off the Monon Trail. Oh yeah, and bring your dogs too.
The 2019 CR-V from America's best SUV brand and your Central Indiana Honda dealers.
At the end of the day, it's about smiles. It's about giving that brighter future. Delta Dental is building brighter futures every day.
Hurry into Drexel Interior's Gold Tag Sale. Get the kitchen or bath you've always wanted with sale prices on top brands like stylish Timberlake cabinets. Stop by Drexel on North Shapeland or the beautiful new Carmel Design Center. Drexel Interiors, go where the pros go.
Refresh your space this spring with savings up to $1,000 on select Shaw floors until May 31st. Celebrate spring with new floors from Tisch Flooring. Save up to $1,000 and get 24-month 0% APR. Tisch Flooring, we bring the samples to you.
This moment of serenity brought to you by Lawn Pride. Why not make it last? Save $50 now with Indiana's locally owned, locally grown lawn care professionals. Take pride. Lawn Pride.
Today's broadcast is presented on WTHR by Lawn Pride.
Good morning and welcome back to Sunrise. Facebook could be considering its own payment system for its billions of users that would use cryptocurrency. The Wall Street Journal says Facebook would use a digital coin kind of similar to Bitcoin for payments. But Facebook would aim to keep the value stable, whereas Bitcoin is susceptible to just wild price swings. Facebook only says that it's exploring many different applications right now for cryptocurrency. Also happening today, the 145th Kentucky Derby. It's undoubtedly the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, but one of the top contenders is sidelined. Omaha Beach is out because of a breathing problem.
We had to do the right thing by the horse, and that's give it up and go to the next step.
Disappointing, but another horse steps in and gets an opportunity.
You can watch all the excitement right here on Channel 13. NBC's coverage begins at 2:30. But move over Kentucky Derby. We have the One America 500 Festival to get mini marathon to get excited about. First, let's check in with Scott. Hey there, Scott.
Hey, Alyssa, how are you? We are getting very close to the start of the Delta Dental 500 Festival 5K, which will get underway here in just a couple of minutes. And we've got Ashley Gemick, who's the account manager for Delta Dental. Welcome. Congratulations. We're so thrilled that you're a sponsor. Why did Delta Dental decide to get involved this year?
Well, as most know, that Delta Dental is one of the largest dental carriers in the nation. However, we're also a nonprofit organization, and our goal and mission is to improve oral and overall health for children and adults through advocacy, education, and philanthropy. Over the years, we have built very strong partnerships with some amazing organizations and events throughout the state of Indiana, as well as here locally in Indianapolis. And now we're just super excited to be partnering our 3-year partnership with the 500 Festival, being the 5K title sponsor.
Right.
So this will allow us to just be able to be more visible, as well as to continue to build healthy, smart, vibrant communities.
We've got 4,500 people are going to participate in the 5K, which gets underway here in just a matter of minutes, and then we're going to hear back home again in Indiana, so we're getting very close to the beginning of the 5K. You're going to run in the mini today, right?
I am. This will be my second year running, so I'm very excited, and I'll see everyone at the finish line.
Yeah. So what was it like for you running last year?
It was exciting. I was kind of nervous at first. My first half marathon, but it was just such a great experience that I'm here doing it again this year.
Yeah. And what about the rain? How does the rain impact you as a runner?
I'll just keep bearing through it, keep going.
Well, we're so glad that Delta Dental is part of this Delta Dental 500 Festival 5K getting ready to get underway. But in just a matter of minutes here, we're going to hear back home again in Indiana. So let's go ahead and listen in right now as we hear that traditional way of starting this big day.
Our champion of The Voice, Josh Kaufman. I want to thank all you Delta Dental 500 Festival 5K runners for coming up. We are going to have the singing of Back Home again here very, very shortly by Josh Kaufman, an amazing group of singers from the Indianapolis Children's Choir. And they'll be queued up right in front of you. I'll tell you what, Amar, do me a favor, brother. Let's bring the house music down for a second. I'd like everyone right now, if you're up for it, totally voluntary, can we do a 360 and say good morning to the person next to us? Yeah, wish them good luck. I mean, we stand next to these strangers for minutes upon minutes, and we don't know who they are. Yeah, wish each other good luck. The weather conditions could not be better for this. The One America 500 Festival Mini Marathon and Delta Dental 500 Festival 5K. Absolutely perfect weather conditions. And again, very, very shortly, we'll have the singing of Back Home in Indiana. Quick question. I said good morning to one runner from Cleveland this morning. Who else is from out of state? Whoa. That's like a third of the field this morning. All right. All you visitors, if you get lost out there, just look for a local to point you in the right direction. You won't get lost.
And we are just moments away to hearing Back Home Again in Indiana. Josh Kaufman is going to be singing. You've heard him before, of course, on The Voice. He's got this powerful voice. It's going to be a terrific way to wake up this morning and get these 5K runners off the starting line. And it is raining downtown. It's a drizzle right now. It's not a hard rain, but it's just enough to make it a little uncomfortable. But there are so many of these runners who are so excited. Perhaps this is their first time that they've actually had a chance to run in a 5K, and perhaps maybe with dreams of doing the full 13.1 half marathon next year. But what a great event, and how many 4,500 people are gathered here at the start line along Washington Street, getting ready to do the 5K. And even though it's drizzling a little bit, still a real exciting morning for these participants. And of course, later this morning, we'll have the 13.1 half marathon getting underway. We're expecting the wheelchairs to start at 7:30, and then our first wave of runners being underway at 7:33. So that's all still to come. You can see Josh Kaufman getting ready to sing Back Home Again in Indiana. And it's really a beautiful morning here in Indianapolis, despite the drizzle. It's a real celebration of our city, is to be able to be down in the midst of downtown Indianapolis and celebrating, and this great tradition of being down here as part of the mini marathon day.
I think it is beautiful to see the people come together and all the wonderful colors, but I'm going to have to say I don't know that it's a beautiful morning. It is a steady drizzle down here, but the show is going on and must go on. And we have people there right at the start line for the 5K. Josh Kaufman standing there getting ready to sing to the crowd. And we're going to bring all this for you live here as we listen in.
Josh has got such a beautiful voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Indianapolis' own winner of NBC's 2014 The Voice, Josh Kaufman. And joining him will be a group of the Indianapolis Children's Choir in performing Back Home Again in Indiana.
Home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still burning bright through the sycamores for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to know. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home. Then I long for my Indiana home.
Josh Kaufman and the Indianapolis.
I get chills listening to that. Love that song.
Thank you so much.
Josh Kaufman, winner of The Voice.
Our live coverage continues of the 43rd Annual Mini Marathon and the 5K race when we come back.
Before you open your
eyes, the world has changed.
We're going to start at these breaking developments overnight.
We seek understanding,
Our hearts are broken, but they are pulling together.
strength,
Don't you get tired of always being strong? You have to forgive others for you to be forgiven.
and hope.
These folks are remaining Beauregard strong.
Mr. Roper!
Doing what people do in times like this, coming to the aid of each other.
Welcome to all the possibilities the morning can bring. Welcome to today.
Whether it's the big backup that will make you late or the rain that will just slow you down, get your traffic and weather at home with Eyewitness News Sunrise. Then listen on the road on 95.5 WFMS, WTHR, and WFMS. Traffic and weather every morning.
The 2019 CR-V from America's best SUV brand and your Central Indiana Honda dealers.
At Riverview Health, we focus on you, so you can focus on what matters most.
Update your floors with Empire Today's $50 room sale. Buy one room, get floors for all other rooms for just $50 each. So when you buy one room, it's only $50 for laminate in the kitchen, $50 for carpet in the bedroom, and $50 for hardwood in the office. There's no limit. Buy one room and it's $50 for floors in each additional room. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
A ballet dancer's body goes through like so much pain, and the pain was really bad in my knees, my ankles, even in my hips sometimes. When you're a dancer, that's just the last thing that you want. And so my mom took me into Good Feet. And then that's when we got my arch supports. Like a week after I got them, I was like, holy cow, like all of a sudden the pain just went away. I didn't even know the arch supports existed until I got them. And I was like, where were these all my life?
See if they work for you with a free arch support fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Giving back, showing up, doing for those who can. IBEW 481 is powering your community. IBEW supports Girls on the Run.
It's an after-school program building confidence and character. The girls finish by meeting a goal of running a 5K.
Now I love to run. Now I have confidence. Now I believe in myself.
Register for the Indy Fuel 5K and support Girls on the Run. IBEW 481, committed to powering your community.
Today's broadcast is presented on WTHR by IBEW 481.
Welcome back. Want to give you a radar update as scattered showers are now working their way into the Indianapolis metro with more widespread rain back across the western side of the state. Latest timeline still moves it into the Indianapolis downtown just after 8 o'clock. We're talking around 8:22. Be prepared for these scattered showers to linger through the morning with temperatures holding steady in the mid-50s. Here's that updated timeline. We pause as we get into the 10 o'clock hour. Rain's still going to be fairly widespread through the central part of the state. This lasts through noon. As we get into the afternoon, the rain eventually starts to push out across the southern part of the state. We have dry weather later tonight. Much more on the Indy Mini coverage coming up.